Welcome to Delphi Labs. My name is Paweł Głowacki, and today in Delphi Labs we are going to switch a little bit gears, and this time we are going to create a brand new type of a DataSnap server application, which is not a DataSnap standalone server, but this time we are going to go for the DataSnap REST application. This is the wizard that will create for me a completely finished web application that will consist of the web application and the client, which will be the JavaScript code embedded in HTML markup. The first question on the screen is to select the web broker project type. So you have two choices. You can either create your application as a standalone self-contained executable that will be both the web server and the web application, or it's also possible to create a traditional ISAPI DLL that can be deployed to a web server, like for example IIS. I'm going for this new standalone VCL application as my web broker project type. I'm going to test port 8080. This is port HTTP port 8080, so this is a web application, so this is the only possible protocol to be used is HTTP. On the next screen I'm going to keep the default values. I'm going to generate some sample methods, and I don't want to have authentication authorization to keep this demo simple. As a base class for my server methods ancestor class, I'm going to go for the T component. And now I have the last screen of the wizard is the project location. So this is a little bit tricky because this is both the location of the project, and also the last part of this path is the actual name of the project that's going to be used by the wizards, so it cannot contain, for example, spaces. I'm going to go for a special location, so I already created on my local folder my REST web app application, so that's going to be my folder and also the name of the application. I'm going to click on finish, and now I see that my REST web application is stored in the folder with the same name. So what has the wizard generated for us? So first of all, the main form of the wizard is at the same time a console that we can use to start and stop the integrated web server, and also we can launch the default web browser that will display the actual application. The second unit in this work generated by the wizard is the web module. So in every web broker application there has to be a web module where all the HTTP requests arrive and they are serviced, and that's the place which is the most important in the web broker architecture. We can see some components related to DataSnap. So we have one server class component, the main server component. Instead of having a transport component, we have a dedicated DS HTTP web dispatcher that acts as a transport for this application type. Okay, so we also have two page producers. Our application contains two HTML templates. One is a reverse string, one is a server function invoker. So these page producers are actually pointing to these two templates. Okay, so maybe the good idea is to save the work first. So I'm going to save the unit 2 is most likely my form main server, and my second unit is most likely my web module main. So that's really not important because these are just names. So let's see if I actually selected correctly. So I did it wrong actually. I had the form main server for my web module, but it doesn't really matter. I can, just to be on a safe side, I can rename it. So this is going to be my web module, maybe a different name, unit. So I have a web module unit, and my second form, this is actually my form main unit. So I'm not confused. So form main unit. Okay, so now it's everything is correct. So also let's have a look and or what types do we have in this application. I can close this one and let's open all the nodes. So this is really a complete application that contains some cascading style sheets and some images, and also quite a number of different JavaScript files. Some of them come with DataSnap. So for example, this callback framework JS is all the JavaScript you need to use if you want your application to support callbacks. Also these two guys. Also there is one file called serverfunctions.js. So notice this is the file generated by the DataSnap proxy generator. So far we have been only using Delphi for client development. This time DataSnap proxy generator was used to generate the proxy code. Okay, so maybe it's a good idea to run the application to see what kind of output you are going to see. So that's my main form. This is the port I'm going to use. If I start the server, it will now start to listen to the HTTP port 8080, and I can now open the browser. So I'm in the browser. Maybe I minimize the browser a little bit. I have my reverse string page. So if I click on this reverse string, I can see that the contents of the edit is reversed, and what is even more interesting is the fact that I do not reload the whole page. So internally the DataSnap JavaScript is using Ajax for asynchronous communication with the server. So that's a very good feature because we can build a very nice and responsive user interfaces. Okay, let's click on this other page, and here we have a server function invoker. So this is something that is used to just test functionality of the server. So we have different methods on a DSAdmin, and also our methods on a tserver methods one class. So echo string and reverse string, these are the two methods that has been generated by the wizard. These are the sample methods. If I enter Delphi here and execute, I can see at the bottom of the screen that this is my original value is Delphi, and I see the result reversed. So this is encoded as JSON. This is the underlying format that DataSnap is using for communication between clients and servers. Okay, let's do a little experiment. I'm going to close the browser. I'm going to stop my web application, and I'm going to actually go to my server methods unit, and I'm going to replace the default implementation with something else. So first I'm going to remove everything here, and I'm going to define something different. For example, I'm going to just a plain add method that we have been using on a simple calculator service. So I'm going to define function add that takes two doubles and returns a double. Okay, so if I now rerun this application, so I'm going to click on open browser, and in the browser I'm going to click on the server functions and open server methods, and see that our test page has been automatically updated. So this is very powerful, very dynamic angle to this DataSnap server. So it was enough for me to just change the implementation of the server, and I could of the server methods just rerun the application, and this server function invoker is in sync. So how it was achieved? So that's a very interesting question, and I'm sure everybody is actually now very interested about the underlying functionality. So that's actually a good hint. So I see that module server functions.js has been date time has been changed, and we are asked if we should reload in the IDE. Yes, we would like to reload, and this is the actual so this is actually the time right now when I'm running this application. So this module, this JavaScript code, so this is actually, if I go to the bottom of this page, I should see my method add. So this is actually the proxy code to call method add from my JavaScript. So this file has been automatically generated. So if I go to the web module unit and select the DX proxy generator component, so this is a component that is responsible for generating this code. Inside the web file dispatcher component, there is an event called before dispatch. So before the file is actually dispatched, we can see that the age of the server functions.js file is evaluated, and if this file is out of date, then it is regenerated by calling this dsproxygenerator.write. So that's very useful. Also notice on the dsproxy generator, if you open the writer property, you can see that there are different values possible for writer. So there are two flavors of C++ proxy code, two flavors of Delphi, and JavaScript. So this is one of the strongest features of a new DataSnap architecture, the pluggable proxy generator architecture. So it's relatively easy to provide proxy generators for other languages. So also inside of RAD Studio XE, it's possible to generate proxies for Delphi Prism, so the code in Delphi Prism language, and also proxies for RAD PHP proxies in pure PHP language. So that was a starting point for building REST applications with DataSnap XE. In the next episode, I'm going to modify and work with the JavaScript client to my server functionality. Thank you very much for watching. Delphi Labs.